Well, they're supposed to look after roads and rubbish, but the mayor of this council is tapping ratepayers' money to pay for his university degree. And the locals say it does not pass the pub test.
I'm not an Aussie battler, but I'm not going to be paying his bills.
We need to get a couple of things into perspective here.
He doesn't have to defend himself to me. He has to defend himself to the community.
Yeah, that's all from Labor. There are some road councillors across the state and they need to be put into line.
And you're not one of them?
No, I'm absolutely not one of them, and my record speaks for itself.
There's no doubt mayors play an important role in our community. But should our community foot the bill for our mayor's professional development? Simply put, does paying tens of thousands of dollars for our mayor's university degree pass the pub test?
Well, no, after about 1 or 2 schoons I probably wouldn't know.
A cul-de-sac of chaos.
Well, at the moment it's costing me about $10,000.
10 grand?
10 grand.
A rogue tree on council land is costing Alan thousands.
The last bill was for 6.5. That's to have the pipes replaced all the way through to my sewerage.
Nadia fears copping a nasty injury like this from a wonky footpath.
It's only a matter of time before it's going to happen here.
And John's blowing up over council mowing.
The grass is nearly 1 metre high all the way along.
Now, these irate ratepayers have found out their mayor's uni degree will cost them up to $50,000 over several years.
You can't justify that sort of money being spent.
I work hard every day. I work 7 days a week.
Cal Asfor is the mayor of Australia's 5th largest council, Canterbury Bankstown in southwest Sydney. He's been partial to a cold one after work in the past, so it's only appropriate we ask him that question.
Does slugging the ratepayer for your hefty education expenses pass the pub test?
Well, in my view it does, yes, but I understand there are some that might think it doesn't.
Including his boss, New South Wales Local Government Minister Wendy Tuckerman.
I would say no, it doesn't pass the pub test.
She's demanding a please explain from Mayor Asfor. His Master's Business Administration degree has cost ratepayers $34,000 so far.
I was shocked. I've had 17 years in local government and almost a decade as mayor. I've never heard of anything like that before.
Mayoral professional development expenses vary greatly around the country. Brisbane is capped at just $2,500 a year. The Woollahra mayor in Sydney's eastern suburbs can spend a whopping $20,000 per annum. Canterbury Bankstown's limit is $15,000 a year. Mayor Asfor says he's only spent half that budget so far and is indignant at the minister's criticism.
And if she really wants to ensure that there's a fair playing field, maybe she should look at those councils instead of picking on me and my council.
So what's the problem here?
Well, I guess it's that transparency. Has the community been notified about what that expense is? You know, does it meet the expectations of the community?
Or indeed, a small Canterbury cul-de-sac.
Well, they need to review the policy. That's lunacy. These blokes are on enough lurks and perks as it is, and good luck to them. Like, they work hard, but where are the results? There's no results here.
One of your modules was accounting, correct? Yep. So why then do the council accounts show a $32 million loss?
So let's be clear about that. That's a lot of that is depreciation. So we're a council with $4 billion worth of assets that were built nearly half a century ago. And when you take in depreciation, that's the number that comes out.
The mayor might proudly plug the Western Sydney University on his website, but he's not studying there.
To be clear with you, I went and did my online study, so it's all online at Southern Cross University, and I found that to be the best value for money for the residents.
The Labor mayor insists he's copping heat for taking the Liberal state government to task over the harsh COVID lockdowns in Western Sydney.
The government hasn't forgiven me or forgotten about it because I stood up and challenged them, and that's why I've got a political target on my back.
I totally deny that it's a political hit. I don't care if it's a Liberal councillor, a Greens councillor, or whatever brand they may be. They have a role and responsibility to their community, so it's a matter of ensuring that that is upheld.
Asfor might not be donning the mayoral robes much longer anyway. He's on the Labor ticket for next year's state elections.
How would the ratepayers be getting value for money for your studies when you're about to enter state politics?
This is my home. This is where I live. This is where I'm raising my children. So whether I'm in Parliament or whether I'm the Mayor, it's still going to help me represent this community, represent my area, and make sure they get the best they can.
The local government minister hopes a soon-to-be-released review into councillor misconduct will give her more powers to rein in expenses.